What's up everyone, my name is Matt Kelly and today I am so stoked to be going over Genome. It's a software ecosystem from 2Notes with end-to-end tone shaping. And this new version, 1.11, is a milestone for them. It's their first ever official brand release inside Genome, bringing JPTR effects into the mix, so congratulations to them. In this video, I'm gonna go over everything you need to know about this version and all of the exciting details that are in it. I'll talk about the new brand release, all of the pedals that are included, all the amps, all the cab sims, and just talk about everything that this software can do for you, your studio, and your sound. Gonna try and keep the chattiness to a minimum in this video, mainly just focus on sound demos and just give you a good sense of how to sort of navigate the software. I'll just talk about the things you definitely need to know and the details of the main points and sort of amps and pedals that I'm going over. Now, before I get into all that, I have almost 2 million views on my YouTube channel and about 80% of those viewers are non-subscribers. So if you dig any type of gear, mainly guitar demos, tips and tricks, guitar lessons, yada, 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 then please consider subscribing. Let's now get into Genome. Now I have to start off with the biggest features and go over this new brand release. JPTR Effects gives us a sonic wrecking ball, arming Genome with its debut lineup of officially branded components. Those components are the Titan 250, the Warlow, and the JPTR Effects Stack 612 Vintage Dynamic IR cab. I'll briefly go over what each is, and then you're gonna hear some sound demos. So the Titan 250 is a 250 watt TSM AI tube juggernaut that goes from very glassy, really great cleans to insane, like high gain vengeance sounds. Now up here is what our signal chain is. We can add to this, but I will go over that later. What you're hearing right now is just the Titan 250 going into our IR cab, which I'll also get into. Now the next JPTR Effects branded component is the Warlow. Now this is an op amp fuzz beast with dual filter fierceness, and it sounds even better when we put it through the Titan 250. I'll dial back the Titan 250 just a little bit so we can really hear the Warlow shine. Now last, but certainly not least, we have the JPTR Effects Stack 612 Vintage Dynamic IR. So this is a V30 loaded 6x12 virtual cab. It's designed to slam your tone straight into the ears of your enemies, your fans, and your bandmates. Now you have been hearing the Titan 250 run through this, so let's try it with another amp this time and just hear what it can do. Now I will go over all of this functionality a little later as well. Now on top of all of those 3 branded components that I just went over, we also have 6 new pedal components. Starting off, we have the Tim. This is a transparent drive. It gives you that really great edge of breakup sound. This would be the Beardo, looks like an iconic fuzz to me. This will just give you that raspy fuzz face grit. This would be the Germanium Love. It's like an unstable fuzz and like drive hybrid. This would be the Thug. As you can see, we have tons of different tonal options and knobs. This is just like very, very high gain, gives you that great chug tone. Next we have the Binge Fuzz. Obviously this is like our 60s tone bender. We'll give you that like snarl fuzz sound. And for our 6th new pedal add-on, we have the Gherkin Fuzz. This is just total chaos, gives you wild textures, insanely fun to mess with. So when you first open it up, this is what is going to come up. Now, it seems like a lot, but it's honestly really, really easy to navigate. Up here, this is our signal path, our signal chain. They automatically give you a noise gate, which is really helpful because a lot of these amps are very high gain and you can get a lot of like feedback and that unwanted noise. So you're gonna wanna keep that for the most part. As you can see, we can add up to 10 different things, whether that's an amp, a cabinet, a bunch of pedals if we like, the noise gate, and then you can see all the options right here. We have these are all our amplifiers. I mean, that's insane. These are our cabinets. You already know about this one because I've talked about it. Now these are our delays. Just take a look at the delay. This is an iconic delay, come on. You can turn it on and off. You can exit them and just start fresh. Just take a look at another delay. Let's take a look at the ping pong delay. And then you have all these individual controls for all these pedals. These are all of our drives. I went over a few of them, but you can see how many options you have. And when you can put these together with all these different amps, the different cabs you've selected, with the dynamics, compression, you have all these drives and delays, and it goes on and on. We have an EQ section, studio EQ, guitar EQ, bass EQ. We have dynamic, this is all our compressors, enhancer, studio enhancer, and exciters, really beef up our sound. We have our filters, wahs, if you wanna get a little funky. The modulations are one of my favorite because out of all the options they give you, I think flange is some of my favorite modulation I like to use, and vibrato as well, and you can't go wrong with like a studio chorus. We have pitch as well, reverb, lots of reverb options, stereo width we can add, then we got our post effects. So this is our signal path, this is our signal chain. You can put reverb before, you can put reverb after the amp. This is where the amp is. You can move things around really easily as well, just drag them and drop them. Up here we have our input routing, stereo, mono, left to right mix, and then mono just left or mono from right. We got our tuner, we got our gate on and off. This is where we can save our presets. We can go down here. This is where there's already presets that they give you, and this is where you can create all of your own. And you can, as you can see, we have up to 8 where we can save so many different presets. Now down here is where we can turn the amp on and off. We can also just do it physically on the amp itself. We can control and dial in all these tones like this as well. The EQ, the pre-gain, all these buttons and stuff. We can even switch the inputs, so it's all very interactive. Now for each different amp, I'll just change the amp just for this example. Let's say we want to do the nifty 65, right? Now this is just the default settings. Now it gives us like a good starting point. For example, this is just saying, well, this is probably some of the best tones you can get from this amp, and then they give you some other options as well. Now this is, you can basically revert it back to, revert your whole rig, so it'll just go back to the starting point. Now here is the coolest and most important thing, I think, in this plugin. This is our dynamic IR cab. We have 39 cabs for a guitar, and we have 12 cabs for a bass. Now, as you can see, we have mic A and mic B. This is so intuitive, it blows my mind. Now we can do distance, we can move the mic far away. We can tilt the axis of where that mic will go. You can get so experimental with this. I mean, this is just for one mic. Now for mic B, for example, the distance can be just as far. It could be right on the cone, but let's say we want to tilt the axis just a little bit. Now this is not an open back cab, so I mean, if you want to experiment with it, sure. Now we can mix. Let's say we just want just mic B to be recording, or we want just mic A. Now we can also mix to get a really good balance of both. Now we have these two options as well, just to expand upon our sound and tonal options. But we can just keep going and check out all these different amps, the back of the cabs, front of the cab. I mean, you're looking at all these amps and you have an idea of what they are. All legendary, all iconic, all killer sounding. It's the most intuitive IR cab simulator I've ever used, and definitely the best sounding one. So let's get into some of my final thoughts. So this new version of Genome 1.11 not only looks clean, is easy to navigate, but it sounds incredible. You also can't forget about their milestone branded component release with JPTR effects. Those three main big things they added in here are so dynamically great, and I'm sure they're planning or eventually will add even more with that brand. Like I said, the Titan 250 gives you some of the most crisp and glassy clean tones, but can also just completely rip and pierce your high gain tone as well. Now, out of all the other guitar plugins that I've used, this to me is like next level tone shaping. So if you're into that, you need to check the software out. Now you can check it out and download it. The link is in the description below. And you can also grab my presets on the Two Notes Exchange. Now, if you made it this far to the video, thank you so much. And please consider subscribing to see more content that I make. I'm gonna keep playing with this thing because it sounds so damn good. So I'm gonna go do that. You enjoy the rest of your day, and Genome.